Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while. It's been a couple weeks here. I'm going to turn my webcam on for just a second so you guys can see that I'm a real person. See, look, you can see I have some of the soundboards going up in my office and some green screen. I haven't finished it yet. I still need to rearrange the office. I have my lights kind of too bright right now. Kind of trying to get set up for live streaming, things like that, because that's really what I want to do. I got Stanley here. But today, we're going to check out ancient cities. I'm going to turn this off now. There we go. All right. Why ancient cities? Okay, I've checked it out. I've worked out some of the bugs. It was doing that thing where it did not want to load up. Actually, I was playing it and it didn't want to load it. It didn't even want to load at all. So, that's fixed. Let's start a new game and we'll discuss why we're doing this. So, if you'll see, we've got options here. We could go all over the map. Where do we want to go? I don't know. I kind of want to start right here. Could anybody guess why? Really, I don't think it matters. I think whether you start here or over here, you kind of get the same type of landscape, I guess. I don't know. Do I want to start here? The reason I wanted to start here is because I read The Clan of the Cave Bear. Are you guys familiar with that book? If you are, let me know in the comment section if you have ever read Clan of the Cave Bear. Well, I just recently read it. That's what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks, working, hanging out with my family, and doing that. But let's go ahead and do that. I want to keep the tutorial off, game speed at normal. I still want to keep it as a beginner, but I kind of want to set this further back. The only problem is that, and we'll discuss it. Let's just do that. We're going to start at negative 10,000 year BC, right? 10,000 BC. We're going to do that. And we're going to travel from the Mesolithic to the Neolithic age. Let's go ahead and start it. So I've been reading, or I read The Clan of the Cave Bear, and then I got the rest of the books. Oh man, it looks really cold here. Where should we migrate to? I'm thinking we need to maybe get out of these snowy mountains. That's kind of where it started us here. Well, I guess that's probably where I picked. Let's start like right here, because what's going to happen is that the water levels are going to rise, and then we're going to be kind of screwed because we're going to have to migrate. So to avoid that, let's go this way. And we'll kind of place ourselves into the continent a little bit. But anyways, I was reading Clan of the Cave Bear and I was like, this is where it starts. If you know the book, it starts in this area of the world. And it's just an interesting little, I don't know, evolution of man type of book. I enjoyed it because it talks a lot about the, like foraging, hunter-gatherer type stuff where they lived in caves, the cave dwellers, things like that. I don't necessarily believe in the evolution of man like that, but it was an interesting story regardless. Well, look, there's the Brityas. There we go. Well, let's get started. So anyways, yeah, that's what I've been doing. I was reading that book just because it's good to be inspired in your mind as well as on computer games. Interesting this, huh? It always kind of starts out like this. Kind of a little funky. There we go. There we go. Okay, first thing we want to do is pause. We want to pause and take a look around. I don't think, we don't have to worry about water. Well, we do if we need to migrate, but we don't have to worry about like a well or, whoa, this thing is jumpy. But really, I kind of want an open space with plenty of woods for logs and sticks, but then like open areas for, I didn't really want to click that, but I guess this is where we're starting. Let's go ahead and go over here. We're all the way in the corner of the map, man. I didn't want to start there. The game just automatically started me there. So let's kind of go over this direction. Thinking we can kind of build our city kind of up against this rock. Have some protection from that side. And then build our houses this way. We don't have a lot of resources, obviously, at the start. Let's see what we do have. That's our technology tree. This is our worker groups. We're going to move these up here. Tell me if that's annoying to you, but I have to have these open because it's kind of good to keep an eye on the stuff you have. We have some pelts and we have some sticks, so we need to go back to the tribe. This is kind of an interesting thing. You got to learn how to... We only have 7 people. Wow. It's kind of a small start, in all honesty. The one I did before was 10. But let's go ahead and... We want to create a group. We want to make a gathering group. We want to make a hunting group. And we want to make a crafting group. And with only 7 people, we're going to have to kind of divvy this up. We want to add the resources that we need right away. We need rope, so we need to gather these plant fibers. If we don't set this, they're just going to gather forever. So let's just go ahead and set this to like 10 for now, because there's not like... We don't have a lot of people. We need sticks, obviously. We need that for starting fires and stuff. We need straw, because we're going to start out with straw huts. And then we'll upgrade to reeds and then maybe some other stuff later. So let's go ahead and just start with 50 of that. We do need these small stones to, what are these called? Fine raw stones. We need those in order to create axes and such. I think I'm only going to do like 5, because why do too many? Bones, let's do 5 as well, because that's what they make, what is it? They make knives and stuff out of that. So, flint cores, let's go ahead and do like 5 of those as well. This is going to be a lot, so we kind of want to get maybe, maybe 1 person hunting, 1 person crafting, and then the rest here. So we'll do 5. That's how we adjust this. We do that there. And then the crafter, we'll go ahead and do 1 here. And we want to have him make rope and fine sticks. And then we'll start out with some axes and spears. Of course, we want to adjust this to 5. Because it's going to take him a while. Let's leave that at 1. And leave this at 2. Because we're only going to have 1 hunter. And really, I don't really know what's here. So we're just going to have him kind of hunt everything if he can. And then go from there. So if we're going to start over here, we want to go back to the tribe and we want to build a small fire. So let's do that. Let's build a small fireplace. Where is it? Small fireplace. This is a place that they can sleep. So let's do that. They're going to build that. We want to make this of high importance so that they try to get that done ASAP. And then it is spring, so they can sleep outside for now, but the discontent will rise if we do that. So let's go ahead and hit play, and then we want to go ahead and lay out a couple of houses. Let's see. Well, we're going to have to start out with these ones. See, the sleep is negative 10%. This one is plus 10%, which is slightly better, obviously. But we want to get... This is interesting because it's actually not giving me the same options as it did on the other playthrough, because the other playthrough I had the ability to build these straw huts and now I don't. I have these little crappy ones, but if we're gonna have to use rope, I may as well just wait and see if we can't upgrade some of that stuff. So let's go ahead and set a couple of... We only have enough to build 1. Which is unfortunate because this only sleeps 3. So we might have to build... Maybe we can build one of these. We have to wait till our architecture goes up just a hair. So we are building a fireplace and we're building... What time is it? It's already evening. Oh, it's already dusk. Okay. And since they started out over here... they're just going to kind of hang out. So let's go ahead and, if we click this little thing right here, it kind of skips nights. It activates time speed, or if activated, time speed will be maxed at night. So Is it activated? Let's just fast forward. I found that in this game you can run fast like this and really not a lot of bad things happen. You know how whenever you're playing Dawn of Man or something, whenever you go on fast, it tends to like the animals come and attack you more. So that doesn't seem to be the same here. Let's turn this down just a hair. Yeah, I already have this way down. Hopefully it's not too quiet for you guys, but I want to make sure that it's not super loud either. Okay. So, boom, let's continue. Looks really good though. I mean, you can tell, we can tell we're still kind of in the Ice Age because it seems kind of snowy still. Lots of resources though. There's some stone, lots of sticks. This is the stuff that they pick up. And in the springtime, usually there's like some honeycomb on these, so we'll get the gatherers. Okay, it's still snowy. So, well, that just means we're still probably coming out of the Ice Age, right? I think so. So here we go. We're going to let it speed up just a bit, but just until they start to build the things. So we go here, we can see what they need. They need some sticks. So they got our fire started. That's good. So we have our first small fireplace is completed. That's great. Now they need to finish cropping and gathering this stuff here. Let's go ahead and make this of high importance as well. And then the way this works is we have to see. Look at this. This is the little clan or the little tribe chieftain. It looks pretty cool. You can always tell who the chief is because of their little hat like that with the antlers. But we have to basically set up storage. So if we do this, we have to set up individual storage places for all of the stuff that we have. I don't really want to do too much yet because we're going to have to chop down trees if we go this way. So we'll kind of start over here, maybe in this open spot, and make some little areas like this. And it's really hard to get them perfect because you have to draw with this little thing here. Trying to not take down that tree. So we want to make a few little storage areas for the resources that we're trying to gather up. So you can make squares, it's just kind of difficult. And we'll leave that one. I don't want them to have to cut down that tree quite yet. Okay, so there's quite a few, but what we want to do is just go ahead and lay this out. So we told them to gather several things here. We have these, which are, what are these? The flint cores. We have an area for storing the plant fibers for rope. We have a place for sticks. Let's do a place for bones, even though there's not going to be that many. I don't think we gathered mud quite yet. Well, we did get those, the pine sticks, and then we want to do straw. And then we'll have a spot. We're going to use the leather, so we won't have to necessarily place it anywhere. Well, it looks like it's kind of, it's wanting to thaw out, so that's kind of nice. We could also gather some food, which we're going to have to do pretty quick because we don't have very much. So let's go ahead and make another group. It's unfortunate that they started me out with like only 7 people. So what I typically do is I'll do 2 gatherers. Let's do 2. And then we want them to just kind of, you know, gather the things that are available. It will tell us what is and what is not. So berries are not available. What are these? Hazelnuts? Yeah, let's do those. So let's just make it a a reasonable number because they're not going to be able to gather like massive quantities with only limited workforce. Clams, obviously, we're probably not going to be able to do. We might be able to do pine nuts. Some of this stuff is seasonal. So let's see, craftsman. They are building this, which is good. What did the other little huts take? I hate to build those, but this will take 3, and then if we did like this, we can't build this one quite yet. I think we need better architecture. So you see how it's slightly red right here? Oh, I can't even hover over it. I can't even go down to it. See on the architecture it's slightly red? We need some more of that. So this is -10. We just don't have the pelts to build another one. So we have to build something for them to sleep in. So we could build 2 of these for now. I don't really want to, but we need something for them to sleep in, so. I mean, what's blocking me here? Huh? That one's facing this way. Let's kind of go this way with it. And this way. Then we're going to pause one and then kind of wait till they get this one done. We'll kind of speed it up a bit just so that way it doesn't take too long. Surprised they didn't crop more of this out, but once they walk around on this stuff, it'll start to, it'll kind of start to turn to just dirt. But you can see, like these people will probably have to migrate because as the ice starts to melt, the water level rises. So that's kind of why I put us further back. So hopefully we won't have to. So it kind of sucks. They have to sleep by the fire, but you know, it is what it is. It's okay for now. I mean, imagine sleeping face up in a torrential downpour like this. I mean, that is just miserable beyond all words. I mean, we have all the stuff for this, right? No, we need stone. That's what we need. So this does deteriorate rather quickly. Once we get a few tools, once we get a few more people, we'll I like to have like 5 in the crafts group so they can continue to craft spears and all that other stuff. But then we need to get these ones up quite a bit higher. I want to gather the resources, but we need at least one person doing this. Let's see. Good job, boys. There we go. And we have everybody kind of out looking for stuff. Hopefully they can find a little bit of food because, well, they have some roots. They can eat that, but they don't have much food, so not a good situation to be in. Where's our crafter at? What is he doing? Or what is she doing? Gathering raw stone. Okay. So you can see they placed the rocks around the base of this teepee style of hut, and then they just draped the leather over around it just to make it's a little hut, but it's not ideal. Obviously, this one's probably not ideal either. We need our craftsman or woman. Okay, so you can see that it's still like I need to check on the policies here. So like right now the labor age is pretty low. Let's go ahead and raise this all the way up. That way they work longer days, but right at the beginning that's kind of what we need. So where is everybody? There we go. Okay, so we found a little bit of food. That's good. At least we're not going to die right away. Oh man. But yeah, this one was a lot of fun. It was kind of inspired. A lot of times I'm not really sure what to play. Like there's so many things. So like why are we playing this one? We're playing this one because I read Planet of the Cave Bear. That's why we're playing this one. Because I get inspired by what I read or what I'm thinking of, and so I'm like, I want to play this. So there's 6. Where's our other? There are 2 people here. Oh, there is. Sleeping inside of each other. You know, this is still a relatively early access game, I think, so there are going to be funny little things like that that kind of that look a little funky. But hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's go ahead and drop this to 25, or they're going to spend their entire time just looking for sticks. And really, we need straw. We need straw. So. But doesn't it look great? I mean, the game looks really good. I really like it. I mean, you get to see every little detail. You know, the little hazelnuts that are on the ground. You know, them building the huts, all the little stones that they put together. Like, she's crafting a fine stick right now, I think. Oh, she's crafting a spear, which is good, because then we can put one of the gatherers as a hunter. But you can see, like, the little bits of straw, you know, the plant fibers, things like that. You actually get to see all that stuff, which is cool. I like being able to see all that detail, but you can see they had to clear it out in order to place it. So, and they have to do the same thing over here. So if you see, like, if I click on this one, well, maybe it's because it's paused. Maybe, yeah. See, they have to crop 4, so they have to clear out this area a bit of the growth that's there. They have to clear it out so that way they can build the hut, which is cool. I don't want to go too fast, but I mean, we could also, like, if we sat here like this, we would probably be here for like the next 45 minutes waiting for them to build these 2 huts. So if you're wondering why I keep speeding it up, it's because well, it takes them a while to get that stuff done. So we have 1 spear, which is good. So let's take our gatherer. Let's go ahead and drop this down to 3. And make this one important. So then she's going to go after a hare. Where are you at? What's that? Is that a, oh, it's a hare, I guess. Like, you just can't really, you can't see it in the brush. Okay. Okay. I was gonna say, where's our home? Oh, see, and amidst the hunting hullabaloo. Well, we're almost there. We lack a couple different leather pieces, but they're putting them all together now. So they will, at least 3 people will have a place to sleep tonight, which is good. They will start to get unhappy after a while if they're just sleeping by the fire. They'll start to get unhappy about it. So it's like, okay, well, you know, it is what it is. So there's only so much we can do. But we'll start out small. We'll start out here doing with these little huts. What do we lack? 30 straw. It's still quite a bit, man. Oh, man. You really have to kind of determine what you think is important, because when you only have 1 person crafting and it takes them like a day to craft 1 spear, it's like, okay, well, we need to make sure that we're that we're all on the same page here and we're all kind of keeping up with what we need. So like right now we need rope and we have none. So we need a total of 4 and we need 60 straw. We have 6. So you can see how we're just struggling to get resources, but you can see they're happy to sleep in there. I like the, so they say, I like the pelt hut for sleeping, which is good, I guess. It's okay. Why are we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Do we have 8 people now? I guess so. I guess maybe maybe there was a child. Maybe. Bum, 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 bum. This is kind of cool though, because it does show like the deterioration as the fire slowly starts to consume the wood around it. It does sink down in, and then they have to rebuild it, which is cool. It all makes sense. Yes, but I went ahead and bought. I had the Clan of the Cave Bear book, just a cheap paperback, but you know. And then I had the Shelter of Stones, which is like the 5th book, I think. So I went ahead and bought the 3 in between, and then got the last one too. So I'll probably be trying to read those. I like to read books quite often, and little things that inspire me, like hunter-gatherer type of things, which is what the book was, tend to direct my path as far as what I want to play. It makes me want to do other things, so. But we have so many things to try out. It's ridiculous. Like I could, I don't know. There's so many things. Like I want to play Dawn of Vanagan, obviously, because, you know. Let's go ahead and make this one of high importance as well. We're going to do one at a time, because I don't want them to try to split the hay. I want them to build one and then build the next one. Kind of have to micromanage them a bit. So what is she crafting here? She's crafting rope, which is good. We need rope. What are they gathering? We need everything. But see, by just limiting these to just a few, like we don't really need stones right now. So do we have a place for stones? See, I didn't put a place for stones, but they went ahead and placed them right here. So this is part of what we're getting. And then there's also a spot for meat. We have a little bit of meat, not much, but it's something, I guess. It's a start. What we'll do is once we get a couple more people, we'll build a meat dryer. So let's look through what we can actually build real quick while they're gathering stuff. We can build these different types of huts. They do have different, like a straw hut, which is way better than this one, but maybe it's because we started further back. I bet you the one that I started at in my other game was probably the 7,000 BC, and this one's 10,000, so we're probably further back. And I could do this one, but we just don't have the resources. So maybe once we get the resources, we'll do the full. Like once we have a place for everybody to sleep, we'll build one of these over here. And then we'll kind of like slowly upgrade as we go. So that's just the houses. We have log storage, a haystack storage, food storage, which is like a pit, and then the basket. And we have the storage areas that we can place on the ground. There's the meat dryer, where we can, it just allows the meat to not go bad so quickly, but they will eat the meat raw. So, you know, there is that. And then we have a leather works where they can dry the pelts and make more leather, which I haven't really found a use for. I don't really know what that's going to be used for. I mean, I guess it's useful like right now if we wanted to build more leather huts, but we have the small fireplace. I'd like to upgrade to this one once we have a few more people, and then what I like to do is put benches around it, you know, and once we get like reed huts and stuff, kind of start building them out this way, just in an angle, and put fireplaces with benches and then lanterns all the way around, and then we can have farms out over here, you know, assuming we don't have to migrate. We have some small walls we can build with fences that will keep the animals in place and keep the animals away from our food, for like straw for the animals, and some decoration. So pretty limited on that kind of stuff right now. But at least they found some more plant fibers. That's good. I am tempted. I'll probably do this and then take her out of there for now. Pause that one and put another crafter, because we need them to make rope. So let's see if their discontent is rising. Nope, not yet. And they do have different skills. So this guy is smart or intelligent. He is very big. He is male. And he is clever. So it's kind of cool. Each person is individual. You know, like they have this one. She's kind of dumb and clumsy, and but she's strong. You know. And they do have kind of like a caveman, not really caveman, but like early man look to them, which is kind of neat. I mean, it's just the game just has a really neat way of doing that. Like, of just, it just looks good. Like, honestly, it does. I was a little upset whenever I was playing the game and then it stopped working. Okay, a group of migrants has arrived. So we have 2 additional people, which it's kind of crappy. We can put 1 back for hunting, and then we'll put 1 more on the gatherer. It's kind of bad because yeah. It's kind of bad because we don't have the places for them to sleep yet, but you know, it is what it is. We're just gonna build these straw huts for now, or yeah, small straw huts. Let's see if we can't get some of this stuff going. Why in the world are we... Did I not put a limit on stones here? See, we're up to 60 stones. That is enough. Stop gathering stones. So you can see little things like that. That seems kind of bugged almost. So hopefully they stop gathering stones. We don't need stones, so we need straw, people. So it's good to keep an eye on that kind of stuff. So like when we're first starting out, you want to keep an eye on that because they'll gather a bunch of crap that you don't need. So, I mean, that, you know, this isn't like the best little hut, but hey, it is closed in the back. That's kind of nice. And we did direct it towards the fire. This one's a little off, but I'm not going to move it yet because we'll move all this. We'll dismantle all this stuff and take it down later. But at least it's facing the fire, which is kind of nice. Bum, bum, bum. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I like raw meat. I like the pelt hut. Yes, but what are you doing? Do we have... Is he idle? We have 10. He is idle. Okay. Okay. Well, let's... I didn't know that. Let's go ahead and add 1 more. Get him on a gathering team here. That way he'll get his button gear. We have no room for idleness in this one, right? Not at the beginning. Bum, bum, bum. Again, with the stones, people, like, we're not even I have no idea why the stones are going up. We're gonna have a mountain of stones here, and they're gathering crap that we don't need, which is slightly annoying to me. And we can also make it to where we can make the individual groups build something. So this is where we're gonna, like, if you want to have the tribe build this, they will build it. But if you go into the individual ones, you can have like the crafters build specific things, or this gatherers group build specific things. So you can actually assign those types of things. I thought that was a dead guy. I was like, oh no! What in the world? I kind of like too that this that your cursor is a light at nighttime. And they do a really good job at like making dawn and dusk a really beautiful thing. Like they really catch the ambiance of living outside for sure. All right, what are we waiting on? We're waiting on straw. Okay, he's picked their get there. Stop. Are they clearing this out? Maybe that's what they're doing. Okay. Well, no. Why are you gathering these? Are you clearing out this area here? Okay, well, whatever. we're just going to have a bunch of stone for no apparent reason. We need straw, people. We don't need stone. What do we need? We need 10 more straw. 10. People are not going to be happy. We're already getting into fall, so I feel like the seasons are passing relatively quickly. We don't have a lot of food. We don't have a lot of anything right now. What does that take? Fine sticks, which we only have 4 of, because the crafters have to craft those. Oh my goodness. Oh man, just build some huts, people. I think we're gonna have to place another one here. Just build the huts, okay? Just build the huts. I don't like that pile of stone there, but it is what it is. No, it isn't is what it is. I'm gonna have to put them like over here. I want to come this way if we ever get some additional leather. Let's go ahead and place it right here for now. The green boxes kind of throw you off a bit, but I just go off of what the actual thing, where it's actually sitting, so. Place that one there, and we're gonna pause that one for now until they can actually get something going here. They're not doing bad. Okay, our first straw hut is complete. Did you see that little guy dancing? We're going a little fast, but so they're just sitting around the fire eating raw meat like a bunch of cannibals, I guess. But you know, it is early, man. You know, they were probably better suited for that type of thing. Crafters are crafting fine sticks, which is good. It's what we need. And then they are crafting. We have plant fibers that can craft more rope as well. So everybody was tired. I like raw meat. Okay, so like it's okay. Like it's okay. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we're making progress. Oh, a group of migrants more? I mean, we may as well. They can sleep by the fire and we can add them to our... We'll add 1 hunter. And then 1 gatherer. For resources. This is kind of a slightly weird method of trying to adjust. But anyways. Let's get a move on. We won't go quite so fast. We'll go like this speed. We have enough stones here. I'd like to take this down and place some more permanent. Well, the only thing is we need logs for this one. And we don't have any logs right now. I don't really want them to get logs either. I want them to continue getting straw. So hopefully they're not... Yeah, for some reason this is still picked. I don't really understand that, but it is what it is. Hey, we have the beginnings of a small little civilization. This is the beginnings, right? We're going to only get better from here. They are crafting more rope, which is good. What do we have? We have 1. We need a couple for this guy. Actually, if we can look at it in this menu here. It takes 2 rope per hut. So let's go ahead and make this one of high importance. That also makes them repair it better. So like making it this high important, I end up going through and almost making everything high importance. Because as these deteriorate, as these start to kind of go down, and if they need another thing of leather, then they can get that. So let's go ahead and do that. We want to add this one, but I'm going to make it to where they only gather like, I don't know, 5. Probably too many, but... And then they have 5 fine sticks now. So let's go ahead and make a dryer because we're going to need more leather If this one deteriorates, we're going to need more leather. So where do we want to make this? If our living area is here, our storage area is here. We could start to make our like production on this side. So let's kind of put it right here. There. That way they will start to make leather, because as they hunt, they can gain, you know, get the pelts off of the animals that they hunt. So see, look at that. That's pretty cool. They bring the meat in on sticks. I'll slow it down. Here we go. So they spear the meat and then they carry it in on a stick. That's pretty cool. Well, they got quite a bit of meat now, which is great. So we probably need to make a dryer as well. Crafters are almost caught up. They're just catching up on rope right now, which we need 2 in order to do this one. And so they're going to continue to make fine sticks, which means we can go ahead and place a dryer. Let's go ahead and do that because it helps to preserve the food. We're going to do our dryers here, or our canner, or whatever those things are called. We're going to do those there. And then we'll do this kind of like right here. Then we'll do, like, when the time comes, we can put a couple more of the, what are these? Pelt tanner, yeah. We can put a couple more up right here, and then come this way with the food dryers if need be. Because we'll end up making this quite a bit bigger. I think. I hope. One can hope, right? One can hope. Still need quite a bit of straw, folks. Like, are we going to get a little dancing show here? Are you going to dance? It's kind of fun to see. Yeah, see, it's entertaining. This guy. And as we continue to progress, they do gain knowledge, which will add up right here eventually to where we gain more, like, as you gain more people into the tribe, these will go up, and then they'll get better at what they do, and they'll be able to make additional things, like better huts. That's just, like, right here, our architecture is really low, which is why we can't build the straw huts yet. Which the straw huts are okay. They're just, like, reed huts are better, but we don't have near the people to do that. And actually, didn't we gain 2 more? So I kind of like to wait to see what they look like once they're built, because then I know kind of where I can place these, but we kind of need this going. I mean, I could place it here. I'm going to place it here and then pause it, because what I can do is build a... I can put a storage spot for the stones, and they'll move all that stuff out of the way. So let's just do this. We'll kind of go off of this corner here and do it kind of around. I want to leave enough room so they can walk through, but then make it kind of start to make sense, you know, like where everybody's got a hut that's facing the fireplace. Still making fine sticks. Let's go ahead and do one more axe. Just 2. Just so that way they have something to do. And we wanted to actually pause this one. We can do this one for stone. That way they'll get that stuff out of the way. And there's some reeds there, so let's go ahead and make one for reeds. That reeds? Yeah. So they'll move the stuff out of the way. I'll leave the food around here for now, so. Everything is of high importance. Everything. But we'll leave it paused until they're done. Okay, so that one is completed. Good. So then let's unpause this one. That way they can just continue working. Man, we have a basic little civilization started here. A basic little town. A basic ancient city. Get rid of that too. We don't need to see all that. I like to try to keep the screen as clear as possible, but then I don't like to take these away all the time. I kind of like to leave them there. It makes it easier to manage. Get it, girl? Or is this a guy? Oh no, Juno. Get it, Juno? So we'll see. We'll see how far or how quickly we can advance on this one. I'm not... Oh, look, they have this one done. That's great. So you can see where they have the pelts, and then it has a processing time that goes through, and then when it's done, it's done. So we can continue. They have 2 gathered up already over here. And then we'll make one for just regular leather, so they can have a spot to kind of store that stuff. And then just so I kind of want to move this stuff. Let's go ahead and move this over here. And then I want to make this for raw meat and this dried meat. That way it's a little, you know, not too far away from where they are. Just like walk over here, grab some food, and then walk back, you know. That way it cleans up the area so that they're not like, they don't have it just laying around, you know what I mean? Like they literally just have meat laying around and then they just eat it like a bunch of cannibals. All right, we're making progress. Progress is being made. You can see we have, it's already been 500 years. Wow. I mean, it's not true because our oldest person's only like 40. Or how old is our oldest person? Let's see. We can look at all of our people here. You can tell they do get too old to work, which is, I mean, that's just the reality, I guess. But then they don't actually work. They still live here, but then they don't work. So it's kind of like, okay, well, that's kind of sucks. But so they're moving the stones over here, which is good. 45. Oh wow, there's a lot of room in that one to store. The meat dryer is going up. We have a few berries here now. That's good. Eventually what we'll do is we'll build a Walmart of sorts. We'll come in here and we'll build some storage pits. These guys here, once we get our architecture up just a hair, we'll be able to... I don't really like to do this one because we need the plant fibers for rope. This one is just fine sticks, which I guess we need too, but hey, you know. But then you can... It actually keeps the food plus 300%. So it keeps it better longer, so... Which is good. That's what we want, so... You know, you can see this one's 300, this one's 200. I think when we build the storage buildings, it's like 400. And then there's some clay pits we can build, which is 500. So, I mean, it just gets better as time goes on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, how many people do we have now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Nice. Of course, there's always going to be somebody sitting out there by the fire, so... They're almost done with this. We lack one more or some rope. Okay. There's a rope. Somebody just finished a rope, which is good. Somebody might have to sleep out in the cold for the winter time, which will probably piss them off, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it because we're just limited on resources and on people. So we're a little bit confined here. It's a little bit closer than what I would like, but it's also, we're having to start out small. So, like I said, normally what I did whenever I started at 7,000 BC and kind of just tested the game out is I was able to kind of build a bigger circle of huts with 2 big campfires in the middle and then just keep growing. Because once you get rolling, man, you can really get these guys, like you're gaining people left and right. So, good times. Oh, this is done? Is it? No, we're still waiting. So once this is done, we'll have to select dried meat because we do have the option to make dried fish as well. But I have yet to actually, like, if I was to start right here, or let's say I wanted to start, I think these are rivers. Like, let's say I started over here on a river. Eventually, I would have to move because you end up having to migrate, and then you build this whole town, and then it's like you have to move, and it's it's kind of like, oh my gosh, that's defeating. But I guess that's just the way it was. Like in Clan of the Cave Bear, they had to move whenever an earthquake happened, and their cave literally collapsed in and killed like 6 people. So like there's some like reality and truth behind having to do this. So this is completed. So let's go ahead and get that going, and then they will start to dry the food. That way it lasts longer. Here they come to bring over the meat. This one is still processing. Once we get 5, we can build another pelt hut over here. We'll probably put it right here. That way we can try to keep up with this. I like to do straw because it's a little bit more of like that resource is just everywhere. They can go out here and cut straw anywhere, but pelts actually requires animals and skins and stuff, which is just... Look at those big old hunks of meat, man. Like those are some freaking T-bones right there. I mean, that just even looks good. Or some roast or something. Like that just looks good. But see, it also has a timer, so once it times out, the meat will be dry and then it will be ready to go. She's gonna put a little bit more on there. What did we get up to? 20, so I guess maybe it can hold 20 something. Wow. 22 it is. It can hold 22 pieces of meat. So that's enough for our little group right now. This guy looks like it's done. That is also completed. So we'll kind of wait till they get some more fine sticks built back up. They were trying to build another axe as well. And then we'll build another pelt tanner and kind of maybe put 3 of them up here. That way we can process those pelts and be done with that. This guy's done. So we have 2, 4, 6, and then so we have 9 places for people to sleep. Let's go ahead and I want to stop that one. I want to replace it. So let's place it like kind of where it makes sense, Kind of hard to see. Kind of want to angle it in. So it's not just haphazard, but it is kind of haphazard in a way because we're going to end up just taking it all down. So let's make this one of high importance. This one is of high importance. That just means they maintain them as well. They don't last very long either. I can tell the straw is already starting to kind of turn grayish black, which means they're going to have to repair it, which isn't that great. So actually, we might just lay out another one of these. What does this take? 15 vine sticks? Holy crap. We don't got that kind of people. We don't got that kind of resources. There's not nearly enough people to do that. Although it is kind of nice because even with 2 people gathering, we have plenty of hazelnuts and berries. And with 2 hunters, we have 55 meat, which is more than we need, really. So what I might do is take this guy down 1. Come on now. And then go up with the craftsman 1 person. That way, kind of distribute the labor a little bit more where it's needed. Move these stones. You moved them from there over here. Now I'm having you move them back because I didn't even want you to put them there. I didn't even want you to gather stones. But hey, here we are. It's what you all did. You guys did it, not me. So you can see we have a little stash of hazelnuts and such. They won't last as long right here, but there's not really any place for us to put them yet. I mean, I could put them over here, but, what difference does it make? Let's go ahead and make another little spot for logs. That is a resource that we are going to need eventually. This one is going to be for logs. All right, looking good. Little blood splattered spots of food on the ground. Once we get some logs, I want to upgrade the fireplace. I just like this one better. This one is -30 on the sleep, -50 on the sleep. So they actually get slightly better sleeper on this one. It's a place to meet, cook, sleep, yet warm and tell stories. Fueled by logs. This one is fueled by sticks. This one is also fueled by sticks. And then, yeah, we'll eventually kind of expand out as we grow. I want to kind of leave this spot a little bit more open, so I'll probably come straight out with another hut this way, and then maybe a hut this way to make more room in the middle here. Because as the huts get bigger, we want to kind of expand out, and we'll take these down. This is more just like temporarily trying to get places for people to sleep in the wintertime. We have 3. We still need another one. Maybe we should put up another one of these guys. Just to have, because if we could get another pelt hut up, that would be good. Let's place that there. Alright, well, I mean, we're making progress. I mean, it's slowly making progress. I mean, you can tell we've already been at this for an hour, and it's just, that's why I speed it up, because, I mean, we could literally sit here all day on play. And there's nothing that can attack us. So, like, nothing's going to come in. Like, in Dawn of Man, you have, like, cave bears and hyenas and, you know, even woolly mammoths and woolly rhinos, different things that will come in and attack you. Whereas here, there's nothing that will attack you. The only thing I did see... Okay, so we have... Somebody became an adult now. So we're going to leave... We'll leave that spot open. Anyways, you can come out here. And the only thing that I saw as far as like raiding and stuff is you can actually click on these and you can raid like local cities, but then you could also lose your guys, or you can trade with them. So that's the only type of like action as far as that goes that could actually kill us that I've seen in the game. It's more just like, it's just more about like building cities, you know? And I love this, as it's fall, you get the leaves that are starting to fall, and then you'll actually get these just like blowing right through the screen. So like the leaf will come right here and just go whoosh, and it'll take up like this much of the screen as it passes by your face. And I think it's an interesting little part of the game that I enjoy. I like it. Okay, so we have 22 meat, 22 dried meat, and 37 raw. So we are doing pretty well on food. We have hazelnuts and berries and meat. They don't eat a lot, which is good. Because at the start, we don't really have a lot of options. We have to kind of go, you know, we have to do what we can. So, as you can see with the huts here, like we have to kind of just do what we can. Bump, bump, bump. She's like, oh, it's so hard hanging up this meat, man. I can imagine. Imagine having to have your arms up that high like that. Like, that's... You know, you got to keep it away from the animals, though, I guess, or like little passerbyers that want to try to grab the meat. That is something that they talk about in that book, The Clan of the Cave Bear, where they would go out and they would kill like a wild bison or like a mammoth, and then they would camp out. So, let's say they had like let's say they had a cave that they were living in way over here, and then they would travel out to the plains. I think it's called the steep or something like that, the steppe, something like that. Which is basically just a plains, and they would hunt them. And the way that they described it in the book was they would chase them, and of course this is just fiction, but they would chase them into like let's say this is like a canyon. They would try to chase the mammoth, a smaller, younger, whatever mammoth, into a canyon where it's like dead-ended, and then they would cut the tendons on their legs so they couldn't escape, and then they would kill it. But then they would camp there, and they would cut it up, basically, and dry the meat so they could take the meat back dry and preserved, which makes sense because, honestly, if you think about it, it probably weighs quite a bit wet like this, but then dried out. I mean, it's like carrying around a T-bone steak versus carrying around a package of jerky, you know? I mean, you know, jerky it can be rehydrated when you eat it, but then it can also it weighs less, so you can carry more back. So then they would stay there, dry the meat out, take it all the way back to their camp or their cave, and preserve food for wintertime. But they would have the hyenas and stuff, or wolverines, things like that, that would come in and actually steal the meat off of the drying racks. So, interesting little things. I found that book very interesting. Again, like I said, I'm not like advocating for it. I'm not saying like, oh, this is what I believe. But it was definitely an interesting story for sure. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So that is the inspiration behind wanting to play this game. I am going to go ahead and build another hut. We need to place another straw hut down. Um, I would like to build one of these guys. This is a pelt hut. I'd like to build one of those, but we need 5 leather. We just don't have that. So we have to wait. But you can see one hunter is definitely, one hunter is enough to do, like they're hunting these little wild horses, and that's enough food to feed your whole group for a long time. I love the little interactions around the fire. Like they're just like this guy just chilling over here, like, dude, I don't know, man. Sometimes it sucks here. Stupid leaves flying around. Like, gosh. And then this guy, he's got a little snack right there. He can literally reach out and grab a little handful, If you're kind of envisioning that in your brain of like a hand reaching out and like grab a handful of berries and then yeah. All right, that's my brain. That's the way I'm thinking. That's what's making me laugh right now. Okay, so we are gathering. We do have enough straw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add logs to this, and then we're going to do like 5. I don't want to do too many because it takes them a while to gather logs, but then we can upgrade this fireplace to where it's slightly a warmer place to stay. I know it's technically dawn, but they're still sleeping. Yeah. So let's see the dawn. See, look at this. Isn't that so pretty? Like they really, really captured the colors of nature in their depiction of it. I think as far as dawn and dusk goes, it always looks like this from dusk till dawn. It's great. I love it. It's a really good game. I think and it's a really chill game too. Like it's a really relaxing one. Like we can speed it up, and a lot of times I'll do that. Like I'm gonna be going faster, slower, slowing it down for different things. But it's just a chill game because there's nothing trying to kill you. Like when you're playing Dawn of Man and something's always trying to kill you, when you speed it up like that, typically you get attacked, and it's like, well, that sucks because you don't have time to react. So basically, there is nothing here that's attacking us. Not that I've found, anyways. Now I've never been attacked, anyways. So it's just there's that. So what is this? What are you talking about? What do you mean? Inaccessible. Take that down then. Stop. Don't tell me it's because of the fireplace. Okay, well what we'll do is we're going to place another one. So we'll place, since we're going to go this way with our huts, we're going to take this one down and maybe put it more straight because I think that this one might be blocking that entryway. Either that, I don't really know. I've found that that inaccessible comes up too. Like I was trying to put graves, like, put one this way and put them like feet to feet, but then it's inaccessible. So it's obviously blocking some type of box that it wants to live in. So let's go ahead and upgrade. I want to go. Do they have logs yet? They have one. They have one log. There it is. Okay, well they are getting logs, which is good. Let's go ahead and build this bigger fireplace. We'll put it like right here. No, I want to take that one down first. Because I want the fire like right here. I don't want it over here. Because I like the ambiance that it has of like having the huts around the fire. It just makes more sense to me. You might not be able to feel the heat there, but at least you can see the light. And to me, that makes more sense. Here we go with dusk. Let's see what they look like with dusk. Like it just looks so good, man. Like the sunsets and sunrises in this game are fantastic. Freaking awesome. You got the red leaves coming in and like the light reflecting off of them. It just has this ambiance, dude, of like just, I don't know. I really like it. And I like the chillness of this game, but then I like just the way the feel of it. Yeah, so you can see this one went back to being accessible. Obviously, we had this one in the wrong spot, so let's go ahead and place it again. We'll place it more. Maybe there. Maybe that'll be a good spot for it. Hopefully. So see, an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 6 minutes, and we are. This is as much as we've gotten built. So it's definitely a relaxing one. It's definitely a chill one. It's one we're going to be kind of going through rather fast. I'm not going to just sit here on play like this and let it just play forever, because we'd be here forever. But I want you guys to see all the buildings. I want you to see, you know, what this game is all about. It has its bugs. It has its bugs, but I would definitely suggest it if you enjoy this type of game. It's a fun one, and there's lots of different things. So like as we continue to upgrade our knowledge and architecture and all that type of stuff, let's go ahead and pause this here. I want to take this one down. There we go. We're gonna take it down real quick, and then I'm gonna pause it again, and I want to place the bigger fire pit right here. Make this of super importance. I want to make this one of less importance, so they're not trying to split the labor. I want them to do the fireplace real quick. So they're creating the hearth, which is awesome. I like that. And we have 2 logs now, which is good. You know, you can also go through. There is this little icon here. So this is where you create your work groups. This is a clearing tool. It's basically, you can just take it and kind of draw like this, and then they'll cut down that tree or pick up the sticks or harvest the stuff around here. So, you know, if you want to like get rid of this grass, you can do that. You know, things like that. So, which we might want to do. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get rid of this grass here. That way, it kind of creates. This is our footprint, man. This is where we live. Get rid of that grass. And here we are. So here we are in the ancient times, trying to make a footprint that allows us to live. But then here we are in the present day, you know, with our lawns, and everybody's happy about their, oh, I have the best lawn on the block. Good for you, man. Back in the day, they actually would just chop down grass and live in grass huts. You know, like, wow. Okay, so look at that fire. So isn't that awesome? So by doing that, our architecture has gone up, I think. I think did it say, I think our architecture went up. Let's see what is, if we have, no, nothing else. No, nothing yet. I think that must come with time. But see, we do have 5 pelts now. So let's go ahead and place another hut here, a leather hut. Pelt hut, I mean. Either way, it's a hut made out of leather pelts, so call it what you will. Let's place it like right here, which will be good. And then we'll have at least 2, or we'll have 6 of our people in a hut that they kind of at least enjoy, you know. And then we'll have extras for whenever people migrate in. We'll have extra places for people to sleep. Like, here, just sleep in this little. You can sleep in this little hut here, okay? Go ahead and make this of high importance so they finish that one. We'll wait to do this one because I want them to at least finish this one. I don't like to make, once it's built, I'll leave it as high priority. But until, you know, I don't want to do it too much because then it just puts too much on their plate. Plenty of berries and hazelnuts. I mean, we have lots of food for this little group. I mean, gathering food. We are playing on beginner. Okay, we are playing on beginner. We are playing on easy mode. Okay, if you will. But you know, come on, man. We're just starting out. Like we don't. I don't want it so difficult that we fail. Got the early risers. They're like, oh, I'm so freaking hungry. I gotta go eat this raw meat over there. I love that though. Doesn't that look so good though? I mean, get rid of this. Doesn't that look so good? Like, I think the game just looks great. You know, I know there were quite a few complaints about it at first, but honestly, I have had nothing. I left a bad review at first on Steam because I didn't. It would not let me on. Like the game stopped working. And for me, it's kind of like, okay, look, if you're gonna sell a game, you need to make sure that it works. And they were blaming it on the NVIDIA drivers, all that different stuff. Either way, I updated my driver, which I guess there was one on the 24th of January that I didn't have. I updated my driver. I uninstalled the game, reinstalled the game. I think I restarted at least twice. But then it was able to work again, so I changed my review. You know, I left a bad review saying, look, dude, like you guys, what are you, Call of Duty? Why are you selling a broken game, you know? But then I changed it and I said, no, this game's actually really good. There's just bugs. So, I mean, you can feel it. Like, you can feel the ambiance here, you know? Like the glow. Like, get rid of the cursor glow here. Get rid of these. And look at that moon rising up in the background over there. Like, I mean, too bad those little icons are there. What is it doing here? I want to get this way. So, like, look at that ambiance of the moon rising up in the background. The campfire right there. The little huts. Like the survival aspect of it, it's there, buddy. And you can tell it's primitive. Like it just has that awesome feeling to it, which I enjoy. You know, it's no different really than going from in Dawn of Man. If you liked Dawn of Man, going from the pelt huts to basically, oh, what is the ages that we went through? I forget. We'll have to go back and check that one out, man. I really enjoy Dawn of Man. I saw Raptor play that one for the first time, like whenever I first came across him, and man, I love that game. And so like this one just reminds me of that, but it's different. It's different. And I like that. I like that it's different. Let's build this one. Let's at least end. Well, no, hey, I mean, look, we have ended our video here with everybody at least in a house. And so if you click on these, you can see there's 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Nobody wants to sleep with this old fart. He probably has stinky farts or something. Got the chief's hut over here where she sleeps, you know. And so like everybody has a house. We have 1 extra bed over here, and then we're gonna have 3. So we have enough room for 3 more people or 4 more people to show up, which will add to our workforce, which will add to our gatherers, add to our hunters, and we'll just be able to continue to grow from there. But we're gonna come back to this one. I think this is good. I think I want to stop here because I don't want it to go too long, but we're going to come back and continue to check this one out, at least until we get up to like the, you know, I want to try to build all the stuff that we can. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and end it here, and then we'll come back to it, check it out again, and just continue on this little journey. Ancient cities, guys. It's a little random, but it's not random for me because like I said, I've been reading books about stuff like this, and it was inspiring to me to want to do this. So will we get back to This Land Is My Land? Yes. Will we get back to Ostriv? Yes. I want to play Timberborn. I want to play Dawn of Man. I want to play Ancient Cities. Dude, I have so many things that I want to do that there's just not enough time in the day to do. And so we're going to start right here. Other than that, guys, we'll see you guys on the next episode of Ancient Cities or whatever I decide to put out there. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. And we'll see you guys on the next episode. All right? You guys take care. Bye.